Hey guys, HBIC here, back for another episode of Poppin' Bottles. Today I have the new Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. Shout out CD Liquors for hooking up with this bottle. Comes in a nice little wrapping paper with this too. Pretty cool. They also gave me this from the one of the distributors, from the reps. They gave me this nice little note card on the Cellar Age. So I'm going to go over a lot of this information from the Cellar series with you. And instead of me rough, I'll show some screenshots of what you're seeing on here. Um, so I actually just went to the Bourbon Trail last weekend. I actually got to visit the Maker's Mark uh, campus, and very, very beautiful place. And we actually got to see where this was actually stored. So let's go over some of the details of this bottle, and I'll pop up the graphics as I go on with this. So we'll start with the mash bill. 70% corn, 16% soft red winter wheat, and 14% malted barley. It was entered at 110 proof. So with this, they take their, Maker's Mark. They rotate their barrels in the rick houses, so they don't let them sit in one location. They move them around. But after they mature for their 6 years, they spend an additional 5 to 6 years in their limestone cellar. And I actually got to see, when we did the tour, go into the limestone cellar that they store these in, and I'll show you a picture as well. But it's like 50 degrees all the time in that cellar. It's pretty chilly in there. So you get like the hot Kentucky summers, then they kind of put it in the cold for an extra 5 to 6 years. But this is all the cellar age is all made up of barrels that were 12 or 11 years old, 11, 12 years old. But the for the cellar information, and I'm gonna put this up here for you. The dates they were moved was October of 2017 and May of 2018. The average temperature was 47 degrees. So when they did the tour, they said around 50 degrees. And then they dumped it on June 3rd of this year. So good 10 or 11, 12 years. Now for the barrel information. They used American White Oak Char #3, and they were outside for 1 year in the Kentucky summer. So 1 year outside. And then if you look at the barrels information here, so you have 4 barrels. 87% of this was 12-year-old, and then you have 1 barrel that was 11 years. So if you look at these coding on here, you'll see like the first barrel 10L13. So the way that's broken down is 10 is the year, so that's 2010. L is the corresponding letter of the month, so you have L would be December, and then 13th would be the day that it was bottled. So you have a December, and then you go 2011. You have 3 Februaries in there. So you have a February 7th, a February 15th, a February 29th, and then you go all the way a year later, and you get a February 16th from 2012. So five barrels married together. You got 2 from warehouse Q, 1 from warehouse L, 1 from warehouse H, 1 from warehouse 29. So this is actually going to be, according to them, a new yearly tradition. They're going to use different barrels each time. So looking forward to that. And the final proof on this is 115.7. So apparently when they move this to the cellar, it slows down the tannic impact that occurs during maturation, while allowing the barrel to develop complexities and deeper, darker flavor characteristics. So very interesting, the process that they used on this. So now let's crack open this bad boy and see if this is worth it. Oh, just slide up, save the paper. Look at that, beautiful bottle. And I also, while I'm opening this, I also talked to our tour guide about this, and he told me that they're actually not killing off the wood finish series. That they're actually going to be bringing it back. So potentially next year, look for the wood finish series to continue going. This is going to be another uh, limited release, their cellar age, and then they're going to be doing the wood finish. So two offerings from Maker's Mark ooh, that are going to offer. They're excite a lot of the Makers fans. All right, got a nice little Maker's glass here. Uh, So there's been some mixed reviews on this. Some people say it hasn't lived up to the hype. Makers hasn't really, they never really aged anything. This is their first release of with aged bourbons. So it's interesting to see that some people weren't high on it, but let's see what my thoughts on it. Hmm. Okay. So I right off the bat, I will say that having BRTO1, BRTO2, and then BP past couple years, that I actually prefer those over this. This isn't bad, not bad in any least, but it's definitely those wood finishing series were something like on another level, and obviously the BRTO one, BRTO two, those are like S tier, and BP was maybe a B. Some people got it. I think Bologna gave it a C in his review. I would probably give this B minus, but this is also the neck pour. So I definitely want to revisit this in a couple weeks, see if the flavors have matured. It's definitely not mind blowing as some of the other stuff that I've had. I just did the birthday bourbon. That was phenomenal right out the gate. But 115 proof. Uh, so that's probably just needs a little time to maybe a week or so to breathe. Um, but it for Maker's first run into the aged bourbons, it's not terrible. It's definitely a drinker. Um, but I definitely will revisit this in a couple of weeks and see. Nothing earth shattering off the top of my head you know right now. But I'll have Baloney do a full review on this, give him his thoughts as well, because he uh, he might be able to. I want his opinion too, because he was kind of down on the BEP as well last year. So I want to get his thoughts on that. But we got some other stuff coming this week. Keep an eye out first. We got some Master Keeps, some Mictors. So we got a whole bunch of stuff that I got from the Bourbon Trail. New videos going to be popping up all over the place on Poppin' Bottles with HBIC. Till next time.